Sunday, July 7th. And the Dome Foamers podcast is back, and I'm your host, Christian Kruger. And as always, I'm joined with Neil Mieski and Brian Dorton. And we are just lifelong Astros fans that love to talk about the Astros. So, boys, let's go. Episode 56 here on a Sunday night. Let's get some things out of the way. Dorton is our least closest Houstonite. So, Dorton,
yeah, waiting on this.
Make sure you punch Beryl in the Make sure you punch Beryl in the face.
What is the deal with Beryl? I mean, what is the deal with that name? I've never heard anything like that.
I don't know, but in all seriousness, Dorton batting down the hatches. You guys hang tight. All our listeners in the Houston area and surrounding areas batting down the hatches. Hopefully, it will go fast and it won't be too, wet, I should say, and windy. And I guess we're a couple hours away from we're about 6 hours away from landfall. So
that's what we're looking at. And I think wind is kind of the bigger concern at the moment, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Yes, exactly. So we're going to knock that out. Again, hope everybody can stay safe. And the Stros, 46-44, 90 games, which I think is interesting. We're already at the 90 game threshold.
Yeah,
4-3 for the week. They took 3 of 4 from the Blue Jays and lost 2 of 3 to the Twins.
Christian Vasquez.
Yeah, today was you don't want to dwell too much on one game, but today was not fun.
That should have been a win today. Could have.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's some things that I want to talk about in that game, but in the grand scheme of things, they're 2 games back because the Mariners cannot get out of their own way. So they lose again today. So we're still 2 games back, right there in striking distance. And we've got 6 games, off day tomorrow, 6 games left before the All-Star break.
3 of those games are against
the team up north.
Team up north, baby.
So, boys, let's discuss that, and we'll ease into the All-Star break. We might I've been chatting with the Breathing Orange Fire podcasters we had our first podcast with, and we might kind of do a sequel next week for All-Star break. I know I haven't talked to y'all about that yet. It kind of just was discussed randomly today, and so we'll see if that'd be kind of fun to do during All-Star break. But first things first, the Dome Foamers are here, and it's time to start talking where we're at, where we can be, and what we need to do. So I'm gonna throw it to Neil as always, real quick. Give me his temperature check. I have a feeling I know what he's going to say, even though we have not discussed it. So Neil, fire away.
Yeah, not much different. 6-4. That's. I think you guys hit the nail on the head on those predictions. I was a little less optimistic. I went 5-5. So, the series loss today does put a little bit of a damper on the overall feel of it, and even though it shouldn't. And I heard on the radio, this is the first series loss since San Francisco. So that puts you
back. We won 6 straight series.
So that puts us back when we were early June. So when you look at it in that aspect, we went a month of winning series. It's hard to be upset with this overall picture since we've kind of turned the corner. So again, 2 games over, you're not exactly ecstatic about it, but considering where we started, we're starting to show the signs, like we've been talking about, of things going in the right direction. So I'll take that. And this last week before the All-Star break it's as big as any. I mean, every single game counts, and you don't want to look up at the end and feel like we ran out of gas after this 10-game road streak, and walk out of there with a push. I mean, I think we talked about it a little bit last week too. you got a chance to, at a minimum, go 4-2. And then I think Christian, you said 5-1. Anything less would be a disappointment. But yeah, I mean, head in the right direction and hit the All-Star break, recover, and see where we go from there.
Yeah, Dorton.
Yep, almost spot on, man. Look, today was a tough blow, but it's the same thing. We've had the good conversations. Like, had we lost this game, this would have been, it would have felt a little bit different. I think had we won today, this whole week would have been, it would have ended it with a nice tidy bow. And losing today and losing the way we did was a little rough, but all in all, man, I'll take 6-4. From where we started to where we are right now, it's been upward trending, or as Hurricane Beryl would say, we went north.
Love the reference. Love the reference. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to dwell too much on one game. My issue with the game today is I don't understand what we're trying to do. We had the longest road trip of the year. We're 6-3 going into today, which is, I mean, you'll take that every time, right?
Yeah,
could have easily been 7-3, and I just don't understand. Jordan gets hit in the knee again. He's out.
We need to talk about that here in a minute. We need to talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah, we will. We know Tucker has died of a bone contusion, and we don't.
Thank God he made the All-Star team, though, right?
Yeah, no. Hey, man, rest in peace, bud. Congratulations.
Posthumously will be on the All-Star team. Yes. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be honored. And then, like, we have a righty on the mound, and I'm just not going to take the reverse split stuff because he's a young pitcher. I saw that kid pitch in select ball. He's from the Houston area. He's got a really good arm, but he's young. I mean, why are we not putting some of our better offensive players in the lineup to make up room? Like, I just don't. I don't get it. I don't understand it. So eventually, late, I believe it was the 8th inning, we pinch hit with Luperfido, my boy. He hits a little. Yeah, he hits it over the third baseman's head. Yep. He's hustling out of the box, digging to second base, makes it to second easily, leadoff double, nothing. And I'm like, There's two things there. Like, one, terrible situational hitting, which this team, if we win, we situationally hit. And if we don't, we don't win. So that's fine there. I mean, Altuve had a horrible at bat. I mean, he should have moved him at least to third base because then Pena hit a rocket to the left fielder, would have scored a run. But look, that stuff happens. But why is Loperfido not in the lineup when you have two lefties, your best two hitters, not playing? I just don't understand it. And look, I'm a Chaz guy. Chaz is on the struggle bus.
Yeah,
he is on it. He is on it. He needs a reset. Play the kid that makes things happen. And I'm not gonna. That's just. I just get frustrated with. It's not hard to write a lineup thing. It's just really not hard. If you have a tough lefty, I get it. Don't let kill the kid's confidence. But that's not the case. And again, he got a leadoff double, and we get nothing. So it's just frustrating. 6-4. When are we going to stop taking skulls from other teams that keep hitting our best players?
Yeah,
now,
I'm sick of it.
So today, Correa got it.
He did. I saw it.
Yeah,
he got it. And again,
but and I heard Aaron Getty after the game. It was a 2-2 pitch. Aaron Getty wasn't trying to hit him.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't know. The only people that know are the players.
You're right. But Aaron Getty's not trying to hit him in that situation.
And I don't know if Jordan and Altuve and all those guys are being intentionally hit either. And so I know what you guys are saying. I mean, of course, if we're getting belted, for sure. And
it doesn't. But my point is, Neil. Yeah, I'm not saying they all are. but there needs to be retaliation because it constantly keeps happening.
Yep.
So on the radio, they said the number one team hit in all of baseball, the Twins. And I think we were like 12. So, I mean, I'm with you. I'm right there. If something's happening, yeah. I mean, don't be the baby back bee and just take it. I'm all for retaliation. Sometimes in the game of baseball, you're going to get hit, and
well, we almost lost Altuve and Jordan for the year.
Yeah,
2 days in a row. And look, I do think Correa got hit. Okay, that's fine because that's one of their best players. My point is, you have to protect your best players, and even if it's just hitting them in the back of the leg, fine. Look, take the warning. Let's go. It's over. I mean, and a lot of this goes with the Spada. Like I would be out of that dugout barking, and I just he just does. I know y'all know, but he does nothing. And of course, y'all know the first time Altuve got hit this year, I'd be barking. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know, man. We grew up in a different time, and I know that's not really part of the game now. But it comes to a point like Altuve could have broke his hand yesterday, and then where are we?
Oh my god!
And by the way, got there was a standing ovation. Standing ovation when that happened, right?
Of course,
broken hand, like standing ovation.
Of course.
Right. And then Jordan got hit in the knee, which I think he got hit in the knee 2 of the 3 games. Wasn't that the case?
Yeah.
So
almost the same place. Like he was already sore from the first one.
Yeah.
When he came out yesterday.
It's not great. I mean, I don't know that we have any long-standing beef with the Twins, but there also can be something, just a mentality across the league that you can spread that, if you go inside and it hits them, you're going to get one. Whether
you're going to wear one, you're going to wear one. That's just the message that needs to be.
I agree.
Out there, but I don't want. I mean, Dorton hinted to it. That's what needs. It's not just the Twins. If you hit one of our guys, intentional or not, you're going to wear one of the ribs. Okay, good. Then, hey, guess what? It's over. So, but let's talk about. So we have 6 games left to the All-Star break, and then what's more important? Like I think we're under the 20-game threshold now till the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So, all these GMs and owners, a lot of them are going to be in Canada for the All-Star game, and so stuff's going to, and by Canada,
South Oklahoma,
Canada. Yeah. So
when was the last time they had a game there? All-Star game.
I don't know. Me and you went to one though.
I was going to say, do you recall that would have been 1995?
I think it was
All-Star game.
94. No, I think you're right. I think it was 95. Yeah. And who hit a home run that game?
BGO.
And can you name the other person in home run?
Piazza was one. Because the final score was 3-0. And I want to say it was BGO Piazza who ended up, I think, getting the MVP of the game somehow. And I don't know. I don't know the third one.
Jeff Conine.
I'll be damned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were at that game. We went to a TCU passing camp that week, and we got tickets to that All-Star game. It was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care about that Matchbox. We'll talk about the All-Star game here because there's a snub that I think it'll get corrected, but we'll talk about it here in a minute. So, all right. Social media, Astros Twitter, Astros social media. You got, as we touched on a little bit last week, you got the Vlad stuff, which I just don't think. I think he's too expensive. I think he's going to go to the Mariners or somewhere like that if they trade him. Which, by the way, they just swept the Mariners, I think, or at least won the series.
Yeah, I don't think the Mets are sellers. I mean, Toronto.
Yeah.
Sorry, Toronto sellers. Sorry, I still have Pete Alonso in the brain.
Yeah, he's been mentioned out there.
Toronto's got to be sellers, but I don't. Vlad is I don't know.
This team needs pitching, period.
Toronto is the biggest underachieving bunch of dipwads. I don't get it. I mean, I do get it, but you're right. It's pitching. It boils down to pitching. But no, I'm with you on.
So,
him.
We talked about Crochet. I predict Crochet to the Dodgers or Orioles. As Dorton just put a note in our chat that it's raining very heavily in his neck of the woods.
Bringing it. It's bringing it right now.
Barrel.
So
coming down in barrels.
I know I sent y'all a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago. There's a name that's interesting to me, Cal Quantrill. Controllable year. He's at the Rockies now. He's got a sub-4 ERA, and he pitches half his games in Colorado.
That says something.
It does say something. He's got good stuff. I would say he's relatively a probably number 3, right? He throws a lot of innings. $6 million this year. He'll be under. He'll go to ARB 3 next year. So you're probably looking at $8 or $9 million maybe next year. Obviously, he'll be prorated this year. We won't pay the full 6. Man, he fits a lot of things. He's cheap. He's probably 2 prospects and maybe a lottery ticket. Maybe a risk one, maybe. I don't know what ace other than Crochet that would be out there. Jesus Luzardo is on the injured list, but people are still going to want to trade him. I think it's not minor. Man, for a fit perspective, he makes a lot of sense. Neil, if for those that are going to watch this on YouTube, you're going to see Neil's background because he's just trying to shit a pot on me.
Just poking.
What?
So
Neil's
really
Neil's background is go ahead. Verlander and
2 people that have stolen more money from the Astros organization than I've ever seen.
Verlander on Neil's right, and who's over his left shoulder?
The coffee salesman.
McCoffee. We'll call him that.
Yeah.
McCoffee.
Yeah. So
I think McCoffee is the best thing that I've ever heard. That's it.
Yes, you're welcome.
That's it. That's the one.
I mean, we need to be talking Luis Garcia. Luis Garcia will probably be back before both those guys. To that point, though, I don't think JB is going to hit his vested option. I was doing the math earlier.
That's great.
I don't see how he could.
That is great. That is great. I mean, if they really want to re-sign him, they can re-sign him in the off season. If he goes somewhere else, he goes somewhere else. I do think that's great because that's $25 million off the books.
Yeah.
Have you done that same math on Presley? Do we know where he is right now?
Well, so he's getting close. The thing is with him is I dug in a little bit of that. That's a mutual option. So the 2 teams have to agree. So if the Astros don't want to pay the $15 million, they can agree to a settlement. Settlement's not the right word. A buyout of the contract. Or they can just tell him to walk, like the 2 teams would have to come to agreement on his $15 million. I don't think that's going to happen.
I think we tell him to pound sand.
We need to look at his stats here lately. And Presley has been known for god awful starts too. I mean, he's got a lot of Bregman in him.
I agree with you, Neil. I agree with you, Neil, to a certain extent, but he's not worth $15 million.
But okay, I was gonna say now at his price. I mean, he's approaching, or he's in the hater land as far as I'm concerned right now. Way overpriced.
Well, we're gonna circle back around to that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we will. So, thoughts on? I'm just throwing out options, right? There's also Austin Gomber, who's a lefty that starts for the Rockies, who's half the price of Quan. He also has a year of control. He's going to probably get traded. Honestly, I would not hate if they got both those guys. They're not going to move the needle like Verlander back in the heyday. However, they're going to eat innings. They're going to be quality pitchers. And right now, we need as many quality pitchers as we could get. You could move Gomber to the bullpen if you needed to, be a long reliever, be a lefty out of the pen. You could start him, but he would definitely he's got value based on some of the people that are on this pitching staff. He's an upgrade. I would definitely go after Quantrill. I don't see us going after an ace unless Crane is just willing to write the checks, which I don't. Yeah, maybe he is.
That's the thing, right? I mean, what's he willing to pay? And I mean, again, I'm still in the camp of the trades that we make will be based off of what they anticipate these two knuckleheads here and Garcia doing.
See, I disagree with you.
Yeah, Verlander, that's fine.
Well, I just don't think you can. Verlander, I think you're right. You have an idea what Verlander is going to bring you, right? Sure. I don't know. He has a stiff neck. He might be dead too. I don't know. But he has a track record. Those other two, you have no idea what they're going to be. You have no clue. Nobody does.
I think they do. I think you can get an idea. Now, I know what you're saying in the fact of bullpen sessions versus live bullets. No doubt, two different worlds.
Garcia got ripped in Sugarland.
That's a good sign. Get it out of his system now.
Stop it.
Love it. It's when they're really good down there and they come up and expectations are high. That's when I get pissed. When they give up 8 runs in 3 innings working on their outside curveball or slider, and everybody in the ballpark knows that's all they're throwing, and they rope it, I'm okay with that.
I just don't think you can anticipate what McCoffey and Garcia are going to do. They've been out so long.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think their plan is those are our pickups. And if they look at them and go,
so you think that's what they're considering pickups, and they're going to go after a bat?
Again, this all boils down to Crane and his pocketbook, right? So with the assumption that Crane is saying, no, I'm not writing check on this one. That's the plan. Well, if Crane doesn't give a crap, well, make it happen. Go get whoever's the best and just start writing checks his body can't cash.
Well, but the problem with that is we've documented, right?
We got to give something up.
We don't have.
Hey.
Well, yes, but we don't have the farm system that others have.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Krieger, let me ask you this, and you know more about this than I do, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but let me ask this. So I'm looking at Spot Track right now in terms of the contracts. And I'm looking at Presley's contract, and yes, it's a mutual agreement, and there's a $14 million current payroll, $2 million cash, and then a cumulative $30 million cash. And then what it says is there's a option vests with 50 appearances in each of 2023 and 2024. So he had 64 appearances last year, 65 appearances last year. He has 37 this year. But when it says the option vests, what are we talking about there?
What is it called? Is it called a mutual option or a player option on Sport
All
Track?
It says is,
what does it say?
So the 2025 vesting option is a $2 million buyout, and then that vests with 50 appearances. So is it just 2 million?
Well, 2 million would be the buyout to nullify the contract. Boy, the contract's, and I bet you that's what it is.
Okay. I bet it just says includes.
Yeah. So when he hits 50, him and the Astros have the ability to do a $14 million option for next year. Nothing happens until he hits 50. Now, if they can't come to an agreement, then the Astros can buy him out $2 million cash.
Got it. Okay. But we should pay him $2 million to either go away or, I mean, if we can pay him $2 million to pitch another year, that's great.
Well,
That's
I
fine.
think what the so here's what happens in negotiations. So what they'll do is
it's probably not going to happen, but I know.
no, and they're not going to pay him $14 million next year. So what they'll do is they'll say, look, we're going to pay you $2 million to buy out that contract. That contract's null and void. We'll offer you 2 years at $16 million. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're getting the 2, and then you're getting another 14 over a 2-year period. I'm just saying this is what they can negotiate, and Presley can say no, and then he gets his $2 million cash and hits the free agent market.
Got it.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. So if they can't come to an agreement, once he hits 50 appearances, which he's going to, then that triggers that. And the Astros, if the Astros can pay him $2 million to walk away.
Okay.
So
we're good with him hitting 50.
I'm a Presley guy.
Well, hold on, Dorton. And then I'll get what you were going to ask, Dorton.
Oh, go ahead, Brian. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're good with him hitting his number here because that allows us to negotiate even further. Is that what I'm? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. That all that does is it triggers that they can come to the agreement to pay that. Both entities have to agree to that, and if they don't, then the Astros say we're not paying you $14 million this year. So here's your $2 million cash, but we will talk to you about a 2-year contract. And he can say, F you, no, I'm done.
Right.
Okay.
Excuse me. Or he can say, all right, let's talk.
Okay. Got it.
But
okay, cool.
To null and void that contract, they have to pay him $2 million. It's essentially a buyout of the contract.
And if for whatever reason his arm falls off tomorrow, he doesn't make the 50, the only thing that does is eliminates the $2 million.
Correct.
And the 14 mil next year.
Yeah, the contract's done at the end of this year.
Right.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to be less concerned about every single time I see them wheeling him out there and being like,
yeah,
you're going to walk the first 2 batters, and then you're going to, get a bloop single and load the bases, and then you're going to get a double play, or you're going to, you only give up one, or I mean, like, you're going to get out of the inning that you created.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Verlander, Arrighetti today. I mean, it was gross.
Yeah. You got out of the mess that you created. Good job, bud.
Yes. So let's and we'll get to the other guy on that bullpen right now here in a minute. But Neil. So you just your opinion, or do you think they're then? Because look, okay, let me make myself clear first. Excuse me. We're 2 back. I mean, let's go. 2 weeks ago, we were 10 back. If you're that close, let's go. Let's go. Okay? Now, do I want to sell the entire farm? No. But I want to catch the Mariners and win the division. So let's go. Okay? I'm good now. Yes. We're close enough.
I'm with you.
Right?
And it is within striking range.
100%. So you have to make upgrades, correct?
To continue to battle and give confidence. We have a history of doing that.
Upgrades
you
where?
Have 70. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's where we're getting at. You have to. This team in its current state, no matter who comes back, win or healthy, they need upgrades to make noise in the playoffs. I think the current situation, this team could sneak into the playoffs. And it would take a little bit of luck. Pitching, I'm not sure. But they could if they get hot with the sticks. To make noise in the playoffs, they have to have some kind of upgrades.
Yeah, and so that's why I say a couple of guys from the Rockies are the difference.
We have a four-man rotation.
I'm not bashing those guys.
Okay. We have a 4-man rotation. Do you know that guy? You know that one starter for the Rockies who, again, pitches half his games in Colorado? His ERA is better than every starter on the Astros with the exception of one.
And so
the one that didn't make the All-Star team.
Correct.
So
Correct.
But hold on. Let's think about that for a second. He pitches half his games in Colorado, and his ERA is sub-4, better than any other starter we have on the roster, except for one.
Who didn't make the All-Star team.
So who are we?
Yes.
Blanco didn't make it?
No.
But the good news is Tyler Anderson from the Angels made the All-Star team.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to look at the numbers. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He didn't make it. He's gonna make. I think he's gonna make it.
Yeah,
but it's stupid. He didn't make it on the first go around.
There's absolutely no reason that kid shouldn't be on the All-Star team.
Yeah, it is. Rob Manfred.
Yeah. It's one of those things to where, as far as if we make a trade, I mean, go make a real trade. I don't want to make some half-ass trade. I mean, again, Arrighetti is not ready to pitch this many innings. Blanco has never pitched this many innings in his life. I mean, the second half, the dog days of summer, all those things that we've talked about before, those are all going to weigh on these guys who haven't been relied on in these spots, right? We saw it last year in Hunter Brown, right? Just a fade because this was his first time through. And so I'm hoping not, but Blanco could face a little bit of that. So I 100% agree that if Jim Crane is saying make it happen, well then go make it happen. Go make it happen.
I'm with you. I just don't think it's as easy as that.
No, because of what are we giving to people? I mean, how many dudes are we going to have to give to get? And who is that guy? Who is the difference maker? Who's the Justin Verlander that's out there?
Garrett Crochet.
Okay, and what's he worth, right? I mean, what's the cost of that? And as an Astro, you're probably, I mean, Jim Crane clearly doesn't typically give a crap. He usually just says, "Go get him, make it happen." And
okay, Jordan, real quick, Neil, hold your thought.
Yeah,
I think Crochet is. You have 2.5 years of him. Will you look him up on Spot Track?
Yep. Hold on.
All right, Neil, go ahead. Sorry.
While I'm doing that, yeah. Okay, keep talking because I want to circle back around to Hunter here in just a second.
Hunter Brown.
Oh yeah, I want to his outing yesterday.
I know we give him all this credit in the last podcast, and then he goes out and does that. But go ahead.
No, but I think it's actually not a terrible thing. I think I think he didn't have an awful outing, to be honest with you. Like he had an awful inning, but then he went way further than he needed to go.
He did. Yeah, I know. But he's pitched so much better than that last 7 starts. But all right. So Neil, the person is Garrett Crochet.
Okay, is Scoble off the books? Is anybody going to get him? Are the Tigers going to let that happen? Or you're just saying?
I mean, there's been no talks of him being on the trade deadline. So I mean, yeah, Scoble would be my number one. Crochet would be number 2. Crochet's, I mean, out there going to the highest bidder.
I've heard him.
Yeah, I mean, the Tigers aren't as. I don't know. I wouldn't trade Scoble if I was the Tigers, but that's who knows.
Yeah,
who knows what they're trying to do. But there's been no rumors of Scoble, the Tigers putting Scoble on the block. So let's just assume he's not.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so you're saying Brian's going to look up.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's 2.5 years. So you've got 2.5 years of control of Crochet, which all it does is enhance his value.
Jacks up the price.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, again, are we going to look up and see?
Hang on.
We're trading.
He is currently He's not in. He avoided ARB. He's on 800,000. I mean, yeah, 800K. So is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, how many? He's got what? 2 more ARB years.
So yeah, this is RB year 1 that they avoided.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got
So it's 2.5. So it's 2.5. I mean, 2.5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why his value is going to be
800,
through the roof.
800K right now.
Yeah, so he'll jump though because he'll be one of the top pitchers in baseball.
Yeah.
He'll jump significantly, and then he'll jump. That's just fine. He'll still be relatively cheap for what he's worth, but his 2.5 years will make him even more attractive and valuable. So Neil, I mean, I get it.
What do you think it takes from the Astros? And I know this isn't fair because trades are competitive, right?
Yeah.
We can put our guys on the table and somebody out, but bids us or whatever. But I mean, this isn't Verlander. We're not giving up the Gilberts and the Cliffords, thankfully, because we don't have those. So what is it going to be? I mean, you would think we have to lighten the load somewhat by giving either Chaz or Myers, and what value those guys bring is still significant if they want one of those guys. But as far as minor leaguers, I mean, do we have enough names to legitimately?
I mean, you're talking Bryce Matthews, Jake Bloss, Miguel Ulilo. I can't pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
The power arm, Dominican or Latin arm, and probably a flyer on someone else. I mean, you're talking Melton, probably either Melton or Matthews, whichever one they want. And then you're probably talking Jake Bloss, Miguel Ulilo.
In addition to Myers, Myers or McCormick?
No, I mean, I don't know. Without Myers or Chaz, because look, they may want them and they may not. I don't know, right? You're probably talking Bryce Matthews, Jake Bloss, Miguel, power arm, and one other. If Myers is included, you're probably talking Myers, Bryce Matthews, and Bloss.
Yeah, we need to deal with some of those outfielders.
I know. I mean, it's going to hurt because you're getting he's in the All-Star game. He's a power lefty that does not grow on trees, and you've got 2.5 years of him.
Yeah, especially with Fromber on the fringe the following year.
Yep, that's right.
No, I mean, I don't hate it. I see the logic.
And again, I would, for Crochet in 2.5 years, I would probably sign off on that. I probably would, because I think he's that good, and I think he's that young and that cheap. The problem is we've stated, you're going to go against the Dodgers and the Orioles and whatever they're going to offer, and it's going to go down to the final day, which it should, because the White Sox are in the catbird seat, even though they're terrible.
Yeah,
they get to trade and go to the highest bidder, whatever they like the best.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, after that, it's speculation. Everyone's talking about Tyler Anderson. I'm not a Tyler Anderson guy. Now he would help us. So at the Angels, he made the All-Star team. Shouldn't have, but he is. I'm not saying he shouldn't have, but there's a couple guys that shouldn't have. But
we have somebody who's just as good on our team.
Oh yeah, no, Blanco's numbers are better than most. He could be out there. The Rockies guys I mentioned, the A's are always going to deal a pitcher or two. They'd be stupid to deal Mason Miller unless they just get King's ransom.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I could see J.P. Sears going somewhere. There's going to be those guys out there. There's going to be a couple of pitchers that we didn't think people were sellers are going to be out there because they're going to get a great deal. But I mean, I think Quantrill you can get for 2 guys.
Yeah. I, I mean, again, this is Paul Quantrill. Is that who it is?
I think it's either his son or his nephew. Cal Quantrill. Cal Quantrill.
Cal.
Way to
Okay.
date yourself, though, there, Neil.
God, I was like, wait a second. How do I know that last name? Yeah, I mean, again, I'd make a splash. I mean, and I know splashes cost you. Farting around. I mean, again, if Crane's checkbook is open, if he says get the best we can get, which he does.
Yep.
He does. I mean, to his credit, we were talking early before the season started, I guess before Hader, and we just didn't think he would cross the tax threshold.
No, yeah,
we did not.
No, that was huge. That was
so
huge.
To try to get in Jim Crane's mind, good luck. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can see if again open checkbook. Well, if it's open checkbook, well, just go get it. And Jim Crane has made the comments. As long as I'm here, we're contenders. So he's going to figure out a way to, get his people to contend, and that's good. And so I'm not against trading what we've got to get top line stuff. I don't want to see medium middle of the road guys that I mean may or may not be anything other than innings eaters.
That's what I'm saying. You think Cal Quantrill's middle of the road guy?
I feel like that. I mean, hell, I called him Paul.
Well, I mean, he does play in Colorado.
So,
I mean, that is part of the problem.
I mean, yes, but I don't know. I'd have to dig into that a little bit more. Are the Rockies still in the major league? Are they still?
I don't know. I think they should be contracted.
They've won 32 games.
When can we start talking about Hader?
All right. Well, let's let Neil dig, and I mean, let's talk about.
I'll come back to him. I mean, y'all. Let's start this.
Let's talk.
I can do that.
Let's talk because, I mean, look, will he get some strikeouts? Yeah. Does he bring some heat? Yeah. Do they hit the ball hard off of him when they make contact?
He's nowhere near as dominant as he. I know.
I mean, like the past two hits I mean, like I'm not sure if that Correa grand slam has come down yet.
Yeah, I mean
Correa hit it off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's been it has not been good. He is not.
And then Vasquez today. I mean, like this is like.
Yeah, Vasquez is batting like 196. I mean, that's a joke.
So I'm looking at Baseball
it's a problem.
Savant.
It's a problem.
Baseball Savant, like his expected ERA, his expected batting average, like all of that is great. It's fantastic. His exit velo, his barrel percentage is all bottom of the barrel. All of it. His average exit velo is 90.6. Average exit velo.
Yeah.
They are
not good.
That means they are crushing the ball. When people hit it, they are hitting it real hard.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if he's tipping pitches. I don't know what it is. It's not good.
So I don't know. I will like for he opened up the wallet. He made that call. Crane opened up his wallet. He made that call, put us in the, like, we were all shocked. We were all happy.
Yeah.
But we all have expectations for what is being paid, right?
I agree.
Everybody has that expectation.
100%.
So
yeah, it hadn't been good. I don't know what the fix is. Maybe you just need a reset. I don't know. I
don't
really
either.
don't. Usually, I have some kind of idea. I do not know. I know something just needs to fight through, but he hasn't. He hasn't been good.
All right, Cal Contral. By the way, both of you look straightforward. No gazing on this.
All right.
Who is the Colorado Rockies All-Star?
I have no idea. I have
No,
no clue. No clue.
Give me a second.
No clue.
Tovar.
No clue.
No.
Hold on.
Ask me to name two other Rockies.
Me too.
Can't. No can do.
Who is it?
Ed McMahon, the
Ryan McMahon. Oh, he's a good ball player.
Oh, it's Ed.
No, it's Ryan McMahon, third baseman, good ball player.
Yeah.
I should have got that.
Cal Paul Quantrill. Yeah. No, I mean, just
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not a good. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, put another jersey on him. Does he become something special?
Again,
Yeah, maybe.
He pitches half his games in Colorado and has a better ERA than any of our pitchers except Blanco,
who didn't make the All-Star team.
I'm just saying. I get it, Neil, but I mean, those are facts.
Yeah. So let's look at the last game he pitched in Colorado, July 4th. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks. The game, no. I mean, we what? Oh, God Almighty, that was for the month. I thought that was a game.
Hey, I'm just using the name because it came out there that they really shopped the money.
That's what I'm saying. Like the last time he pitched more than 6 innings, May 3rd against the Pirates.
Eeh.
And again,
but I mean that's what they all do now. That's what's the amazing thing.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Hey, I'll never get over that. Like this whole
wait till when Verlander gets back. Guess how many innings he's going to be pitching?
He's gonna be an opener probably.
Okay, 4.
Yeah,
he'll probably be an opener.
Yeah. Well, he'll give up his solo homer in the first, and then the 2-out double followed by 2-out walk. Then a random double that'll score the 2 runs, and you'll look up and he'll have traffic all over the place, and there'll be 5 innings, 2 runs.
I don't know. His stiff neck might keep him out for a while.
Well, don't expect it to pick off. Can't turn.
So are we just going to go ahead and concede? I mean, we already know that Verlander and Tucker are done until after the All-Star break. Are we going to concede that Jordan is going to just take these 6 games off?
Nah. I was surprised as hell Altuve was back. I thought
I was too. I was like, that's done.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know with Jordan. I never know. I don't know.
I mean,
there's day off tomorrow helps.
He hasn't been on the D or IL yet, and I'm knocking.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, keep knocking. Keep knocking.
Holy crap. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. I mean, again, we're just using names that we are here through the web, through the internet. I mean, they might get a bat, and if it was me, I would get a reliever and a starter.
Okay, so let's do this. All right, so you're the guy. You're Dana.
I'm GM.
Yeah. What's your number one thing? And under the assumption that you're told get the best players to make us win a World Series. Money is no
starter and a power arm reliever.
The starter, and you're saying who are you calling?
Oh, I'll call the White Sox, 100%. On Crochet.
You calling the Tigers?
Crochet.
Yeah,
sure.
Money.
Okay.
Money's no object, and you're calling Crochet. for
Crochet is my number one option. I mean, I take Scoble will be my number one option.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think the Tigers are going to be like, give me half your farm system.
Okay, so you're sitting there, you're saying, okay, who in the hell do I call? Okay, we're not calling the Angels, not calling Oakland. Okay, Red Sox are still.
I'd call the A's on Mason Miller.
Oh well, yeah. Well, we've already got.
What do you do? Wait, hold on. Let's say the A's sell. The A's sell. What do we do? What do we do with Mason? Because we obviously get Mason Miller. What do you do?
What do you mean? What do you do?
What do you do?
Who's your closer?
Who's your closer now? We already.
Who's my closer?
Yeah,
Mason Miller.
I mean, Mason Miller is my closer. But what do you do with the
Astros? Won't do that.
Yeah, I know that. But like, you are the GM, and you just acquired Mason Miller.
If you get Mason Miller is your closer. Hader is maybe traded.
Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. Done. Goodbye.
Yeah. So, okay. So, assuming we're not messing with the AL West. Okay. So, Yankees are still relevant. Tampa Bay. Anyone? Nobody that comes to mind. Toronto Blue Jays?
No, all their good guys are hurt.
Yeah.
Blue Jays, I mean.
Not pitching, we just said, but I mean.
I'd call them Barrios.
Okay. Royals are still lingering.
They're not going to sell. No.
Royals,
so you got Tigers and White Sox for sure.
Royals did roll the Rockies today. Your number one guy.
No, they didn't. That wasn't today.
that wasn't today.
Nationals.
They did tear it up today.
Nationals or Marlins?
I'd call the Marlins on Luzardo. The problem there is you got to figure out how hurt he is.
We've got enough of those problems. McCoffey. Jordan, you shouldn't have told me you liked it.
I love it. I love it. Every second.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, dude. I'm calling on Bednar. I'm calling on Mitch Keller. They're not going to trade Jared Jones or Paul Skeens. No. So, yeah, Bednar and Mitch Keller, let's talk.
Cincinnati. And I'm not saying they're completely sellers because Pittsburgh's 4.5 out. Cincinnati and Chicago they're all the same. So I'm not even saying they're sellers. I'm not even throwing them as options to you. And then Colorado. So everybody else is, you've got really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams that are no-brainer sellers right now.
Yeah, so that what that means is the other 22 think they're in it, and they're all going to be calling the same guys.
Yeah. Now we know people will force themselves into being sellers.
Hey, here's one for you. They're not going to do anything with us, but maybe it takes. Is the team up north going to sell?
I don't know. I thought they were.
I'm just saying, winning streak. They're on a win streak right now.
I thought they were building
until they play dynasty. Until they play us.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, we could easily be flipped with them. We really could, but the Astros have played really well. If I was them, I would sell. But
let me see. I don't know. Yeah, possible. Yeah, so you're the GM. You're calling for a starting pitcher
and a power and a reliever.
The best between Scoble and Crochet, and then a power reliever, which you just don't really know.
Well, you don't know who's all going to be available yet. There's always power relievers available. Always, because people will get a lot for them that are on the fringe, and they'll just make themselves sellers. The Mariners traded their closer last year.
Yes, they did.
That stuff always happens. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. What about you?
If I've got the open checkbook, I mean, I'm talking to my peeps of what's the scout saying this guy is the guy, who is the best on the market. Give me a list of 1, 2, 3, and I'm calling 1, 2, and 3 and saying, you tell me.
Okay,
You
what's your
tell me
second option?
as far as what, pitchers, or what do you mean?
No, you said I know you're going for starter. I get it. You should. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I would do. What are you doing second?
Oh yeah, bullpen. Bullpen's
Yeah.
the place. I mean, that's
Dorton.
Easy. I'm GM, right?
Yep.
I'm hiring you two clowns to go find me some pitching.
Yeah.
Okay. Done and done.
Yeah.
Done and done.
Starting.
Piece of cake.
Preferring starting pitching over.
Yeah, but starting pitching.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
mean, I think that's a no-brainer. With the open checkbook and.
Well, it's amazing we've gotten to we're 6 games away. Knock on wood again. That we've gotten to the All-Star break with the 4-man rotation, and like that just can't happen any longer. So yeah, there's been some luck involved. There's been some off days involved. But I guess we quote unquote need one more bullpen day. Supposedly Jake Bloss, he threw 4 scoreless last night. Looked good. The opposite of how Garcia looked the night or 2 nights before.
I'd like to see him back.
But I would too. Yeah, I would too. Fresh arm. Yep, I'm with you there. I'm hoping that he's back. If not before the All-Star break, right after. Let's
so
wrap
Garcia will be back
after
Garcia be. Hey, real fast. Garcia will be back after the All-Star break, right?
So that's a win.
Sure.
Win. Yeah, sure. Win.
I mean, if he's pitching at AAA
so will McCoffey.
now,
McCoffee will be back after the All-Star break too.
I mean, if Garcia is pitching at AAA right now, I mean, he's in Sugarland. He's going to be back.
Unless there's a setback.
If he doesn't get hurt.
Well,
exactly.
It's not like Astro pitching has any history of setbacks. Okay.
Right.
Assuming that there are no setbacks in the forearm, assuming, and I know what the assuming, I'll say the little cliche. Verlander's back. So we're adding 2 to the 4. We stay with a 6-man rotation for a while.
Again,
when are they coming back? That's the thing.
Like right after the All-Star break.
Who are the 6? Who are your 6?
Well, you're adding Verlander and you're adding Garcia to the current 4.
Okay, then what do you do with Bloss? I think Bloss needs to be on the staff regardless. Maybe in the pen, I'm fine with that.
I don't know. What is he's pitched?
Are you counting
Have you seen
Spencer?
Rafael Montero?
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Come on.
Are you counting Spencer in your 4?
Yeah, for the time being.
I think Spencer either is relegated to the bullpen or he goes to Sugarland.
I don't know. I mean, we saw the again. If you're saying we're going for this stuff, we're going to get another arm eventually. I just think the less innings the Blancos, the Hunter Browns, the less they have to pitch. Combine it with the mindset of let's make sure
that's
Verlander,
why I think Bloss is going to be up here no matter what.
For
I don't bullpen, whatever. Bloss has a power arm. He is going to likely be on the roster, and I'm okay with it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, because what's the difference in Contreras, King, and Bloss right now? No, they're all the same boat to me.
Bloss is better than both of them.
And he might be, but prove it, and then I'll think differently. I mean,
well,
I'm not saying
that's fair.
Bloss hung the moon.
That's fair. That's fair. No, I'm not saying he is either. And I'm about to quote
Yeah.
something I normally don't do, but he's got a sub 2 ERA in AA. Those guys didn't sniff that. Like, I'm not saying, but he has velocity. He has a power slider. He has a power arm. He could get hit like a slot machine. But we've got to see him over the Contrerases, Kings, Monteros of the world.
Which I'm fine
That's
with.
fair.
I mean, those guys right now, Contreras and King are they're just bodies.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't have anything against Bloss, but to sit there and say Bloss is a starter for us in the rotation and count on him to be, I mean, he pitched one game and he got Astro anemia. And
but you're going to see, to your point, you're going to see the Hunter Browns and Blancos get skipped to start every once in a while. I'm telling you, just to your point, it's going to happen.
Oh, you're saying with him? I mean, I think the 6-man is possible, if not likely.
Depends on how they perform.
I'm leaning more likely. That'd be interesting. Well, again, we come out of the All-Star break, and I mean, you sent us the August schedule, and that's again brutal. The dog days and all those kinds of things.
For sure.
We got a couple of 3 off days in August, so you could say, okay, I mean, we go 5-man there. To me, Arrigetti's the odd man out, assuming it's Garcia and Verlander are back and healthy. So I don't know. It just something that's in the back of my mind as far as pitching, and when we're talking about us having to get pitchers to make a move. And
so my problem is I didn't like Garcia when he was healthy.
Oh,
that's my problem.
Yeah, he's pitched in World Series, so there's something. Oh, there's something about that to me. Hell, he's won World Series games. I'm gonna look that up. But yeah, anyways, I'm with you. Right. There's some things.
We'll move on to Dome Foamers and then do the next 6 games. Who wants to do the Dome Foamer Player of the Week? Who's ready?
Ooh. Who do I want to get? I hadn't thought about this yet, man. Damn.
I haven't either.
I mean, can I go Altuve? I'll go Altuve. Is that allowed?
That's allowed. Absolutely.
Even though it's every week.
He is a machine.
He's incredible.
He is unbelievable.
He is incredible.
There's one. Let me check this other guy real fast. There's 2 guys that I have in mind, but oh, good.
It didn't have to be conventional.
I mean, because it was between Cooper Hummel for going down or Alex Bregman. No, I'll go Alex Bregman. No, I think Bregman's kind of digging himself out. Guys, we're gonna miss him. And
let me tell you what, dude. This week in his defense has been unreal.
Yeah.
He pisses me off, and I'll go all the way back to the beginning. I don't know if you guys remember this. I wasn't sold on him. I thought his body language sucked. Well, it just turns out he's kind of smuggish, and you understand why other teams can't stand him. But this guy could have, I don't know. I mean, he knows he's going to get paid, but I just think, I don't know. He's clearly turned himself around, done a nice job. Last 30 games, he's almost batting 300, which, again, that's typical Alex Bregman. So I'll go with Breggy. And yes, defense is unbelievable.
His defense has been great this week. I think we take that for granted.
There's no doubt.
I'm just doing it because I want to. He didn't have a great game. I think he had one decent game, and that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because without this guy this year, I don't know where we would be. And the fact that Rob Manfred is that much of a hater of the Astros, he can kiss it. and I'm giving my dome phone of the week because he deserves to be on the All-Star team, Ronel Blanco.
There you go.
And
right.
I do think he'll
Nice.
get it. I do think he'll get it on there because they'll have some pitchers that won't pitch or won't go. And I hope he does. He deserves it. I mean, he's a quote unquote 30-year-old rookie. I don't think he had enough outings last year to prevent his rookie status, or to, I guess, start his rookie status last year. Guys, I mean, where would we be without him? And so remember, he's getting mine.
Yeah, remember we used to call him Ronel Mason Blanco in.
Oh, I still will. I still will.
Oh yeah.
In jest of.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah.
So he's getting mine. Let's talk about the next 6. We're off tomorrow, as we brought up, and then we have 3 with the Miami Marlins, who are not very good. They pitch really well. They can't hit very well, or they pitch pretty good. They've got some arms. And then 3 with the team up north, all in Houston. So we're 2 games over 500. So Dorton, where do we finish the All-Star break with the next 6 games?
Easy, 5-1. We drop 1 to Florida, and we sweep them.
I would love it. I'll take it right now. I would love it.
We sweep them up north.
Okay,
I'm going.
Neil?
I'm going flip of that. I'm saying we sweep Miami, and 2 of 3 from the team up north.
I really want to go 5-1. I even was going to go out there and
I stretched it. So
I'm going 4-2. Only reason is because I know when Jordan's back, and we likely have a bullpen day in there. So
drop 1 per series, but win each.
Yeah,
series.
I mean, or we might lose 2 to 3 to the Miami Marlins as long as we sweep the team up north. I don't care. But I think we're going 4-2. I think we'll be 50 and 46 at the end of the All-Star break.
That'll be great. That'll be fun.
Way better than what we had on paper.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the start of June.
Agree.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
just
then,
for the record,
and then it'll ramp up with all the trade rumors after the All-Star game.
Oh man, can't wait. Just for the record, Luis Garcia's World Series stats. I told you he's World Series pitcher. He's 0-3 with a 6.43 ERA. So suck it.
Exactly. I think you got him confused with your Keedy. Also, he did have a hell of a start in the ALCS or DS against the Red Sox. But as for the World Series, he's been a slot machine.
Total of seven innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs. Probably some bad defense, bad scoring.
I'm not sold on him at all, one bit.
I mean, his WHIP is 1.71. What do you want?
All right. Well, let's wrap it up so Dorton can count the inches of rain that's falling down his house. Stay safe, Dorton. Try not to lose power.
Hey, thoughts and prayers to all the people down in Tampico, Mexico, who are about to get hit by Beryl. Like wait, did it shift? Wait, where is it?
It shifted and it's coming right up to your backyard.
Where is it? It's supposed to be in Tampico, Mexico.
It's inverted. It's inverted.
Yes.
Thoughts and prayers to all of them.
Did one of these.
Yeah. Absolutely. Everybody stay safe. Like, share, give us feedback. And with that being said, boys, go Stros.
Go Stros.
Go Stros.